Hi, Mr. Natural from Mr. Natural's Music School. Now we're going to continue with our study of E flat by interval. Again, I've been talking about this bottom line here as being the number 1 for the key of E flat. And the flats globally work themselves out as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, high 1. You'll notice that on the lines are the odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, and 7, and on the spaces are the even numbers, 2, 4, and 6. Now what happens is, as we're reading and flats are added to a piece, we would say the same number but add a flat to that number and go down a half a step. If a sharp lands on that number, we would go a half a step above that natural number. So let's take a look at this next line. So this is 1, this is a 3, this is a 6, but it has a flat, so we call this flat 6. This is a 7, so we call this flat 7. This is a fifth. That is a 3, but it has a flat, so it's a flat 3. This is a 2, but it has a sharp, so we call it a sharp 2. This is a 4. This is a 5. And back to 1 again. So as the flats came up, now we use the word flat and the number to make it one syllable so it can be said flats. 1, 3, flat 6 would be flicks, flat 7 would be flevin. 1, 3, flicks, flevin, 5, flat 3, flea, sharp 2, shoe, 4, 5, 1. And that allows us to say those in a single syllable quickly. Now let's look at the next line. In the next line, remember, in a flat key, if a neutral comes up, it acts like a sharp. It's always the opposite of the key signature. So here we have a 2 sharp. Here we have a 4. Here we have a 5. Here we have a 1, a high 1. Here we have a flat 7, I call flevin. Here is a 6, and right here is a 4, which with this key signature normally has a flat on the A. So this is acting as a sharp. So this neutral is getting rid of the flatness and raising this up, so this is a sharp 4. Then this is a 5. And this is a 1 with a neutral, getting rid of the flatness that's on the neutral. So therefore this is a sharp 1. Now let's go on. So here we have a sharp 4. Here's a 5. I'm sorry. Looking at this wrong. This is a sharp 5. This is a 6. This is a high 1. This is a flat 2. 1, 2. This is a sharp 4. This is a sharp 2. This is a flat 7. This is a sharp 6. This is a flat 3. And 1. So you'll see that every time a neutral sign appeared here, every time we saw a neutral sign, we treated it as a sharp because it's getting rid of these flats. And every time we saw a sharp, it was a sharp, and every time we saw a flat, it was a flat. And this will be true continuing on and on and on as we read music. Now what I'm going to do in the next videos is I'm going to bring out about 10 pieces that will be in the key of E flat, and we're just going to read through them quickly. I'm going to start with pieces that are mostly diatonic, so they only have the numbers 1 through 7. Then I'm going to bring in a piece that will have, say, a 4 sharp in it, so you'll see the 4 neutral. I'll bring in a piece that has just a single 5 sharp. You'll see the neutral on the 5 line. And we'll just look at a bunch of those pieces, and you'll see they only come up once in a while, so no problem. Then later, what usually gets added to pieces are flat 7s and flat 3s because often blues or the minor or the sadness is expressed from the position of the major scale. And then later will come up 6 flats. Also will come in 1 sharps. If the 2 chord, for instance, which is normally minor, is a major chord, then you're going to have a 4 sharp. If the 3 chord is made major, which is normally minor, you'll have a 5 sharp. If the 6 chord, which is normally minor, is raised to a major 6th, then you'll have a 1 sharp. So 1 sharp, 4 sharp, 5 sharps come up quite a bit when we're making those secondary chords primary major chords. Also, what happens is the flats come in with the 7 flat, the 6 flat, and the 3 flat. When we're taking the primary chords, like a 1 chord, and making it minor, we get a 3 flat. If we take the 5 chord and make it minor, or the 4 chord and make it minor, we get the 7 flat and the 6 flat, and that forces the scale towards a minor scale. So these are the most common things that will come up. There will be cases, which we will show you later, that are really, really strange, in which you'll get a neutral on a thing which raises it, and then they'll add a sharp to it, which actually makes it a double sharp. And you'll see things like 4, 4 sharp, 4 double sharp, and 5 sharp will come up in some pieces. So get ready for those, okay? We'll start out with just 1 or 2 accidentals in each piece, and then add more and more as time goes on, until finally you can read pieces that have 5 sharps and 5 flats in them. And whether they're sharps or flats coming up in the music, it depends on what it visually looks like, and it's not about the ear or about the spelling of the chord. It's about what the chord has to be spelled in every other note, or as cows eat grass but don't fly airplanes. You have to have those circles of thirds when you're spelling those chords. So often a sharp or a double sharp or flat or double flat will come up in order to keep the spelling correct for the eyeball. So get ready. In the next video, see you then.